There's a tradition and a legacy around here that's unlike any other. I came back here for a three-peat of the Big 12 and then ultimately to win a national title. This game, it's huge for us. TCU, they play well as a whole unit. They take advantage of mistakes that are made.
Mr. Everything, Kenny Hill!
Kenny's a guy that he's been through a lot of ups and downs similar to me. I can relate to him, so I know he's probably feeling the same way about this game. It's going to be a defining moment for him.
Here's the magic man. Touchdown!
My job is to put our team in the best position to win.
Mayfield delivered.
And so whether that's scrambling to throw or scrambling to run, I'll do what I have to.
Look at the quick feet of the quarterback.
TCU, somebody that's always been a challenge for us the past couple of years. It's going to be an intense game. It's going to take all four quarters and everybody we have in this program to win this one.
Welcome to Gaylord family, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium in Norman. And we've got one of the hottest games of the week for you. It's number 6 versus number 5, or number 5 versus number 6, however you want to call it. TCU, OU, it's about to go down right now. And one of these teams, the winner of this game, will have a chance on Tuesday to move into the top 4 in the college football playoff rankings by virtue of the loss, Georgia falling to Auburn today. Adam Nunez in the punt from his own 7-yard line. C.D. Lamb is the deep man. He'll field it at the 39. Tries to get outside and does. Turns a corner, cuts it inside, still on the move, and finally he's wrapped up at the 44, a 39-yard punt and a 16-yard return. Anderson in motion out of the backfield. Mayfield looks that way. Now Mayfield dancing over the middle. Andrews, his big tight end, with the reception as Nico Small brings him down, and that's a gain of 9.
What you love from Baker Mayfield is the ability to manipulate the pocket and then find lanes to throw down the field. Watch him find a space, and then he gets to his tight end, and he creates an easy third down opportunity. That's what makes him so dangerous and why he's playing so efficiently right now.
Dimitri Flowers in the game, as well as, and they run it straight ahead and get the first down. A 49-yarder, his career long is 46 as a freshman against Kansas in 2015. Clean snap, good hold, got it up. Pure. Oklahoma gets on the board first. Mayfield over the middle, caught. This is C.D. Lamb in space, hits the sideline, turns on the afterburners with the stiff arm and gets out of bounds at the 25. Mayfield fires it over the middle, and it's a first down. Andrews finding a soft spot. Anderson, touchdown, Oklahoma. Olanalua in at running back for the Horned Frogs. They give it to him straight ahead, and he won't pick up the first down. Tripped up at the bottom of the pile. Looks like Marquez Overton got him, along with DJ Ward.
DJ Ward did a great job of closing down from that end position, and he's the one that made first contact. They were able to stop him there short of the first down.
Mayfield drops it off. Anderson wide open. Plenty of running room. Anderson cuts it inside at the 40. Follows C.D. Lamb and finally knocked out of bounds at the TCU 30-yard line by Nico Small. That's a 47-yard gain.
You're going to see Anderson. He's going to come up like he's going to block, but then he actually takes off in the route. There's a corner blitz from the left side. Anderson fakes the block, and then he just releases down the field. Mayfield sees it, hits Anderson, and it's a big gain for OU. And again, TCU getting burned when they're trying to bring pressure.
Mayfield looks back south, guns it underneath, has his receiver, Michael Jones. Another first down for Oklahoma. Mayfield in the end zone. Oh, what a catch! Calcutta, touchdown, OU. Grant Calcutta went up and just ripped it down.
two things here. One, you got Samia fighting the injury, and he's going to fight through it and get a great block right in front of Mayfield. And then Mayfield drops a beautiful ball right on top of the linebackers, high enough for Calcaterra to go up there and get it, and he's able to get it and a foot in bounds.
Okoronkwo with 8 sacks on the season. He had 2 last week against Oklahoma State. Here's Hill looking. Olanalua cuts it back, bottled up, and taken down short of the line to gain. DJ Ward in hot pursuit. Now Abdul Adams in the game at running back. Mayfield going through his progressions. Now decides to run it, and a first down OU. Down 17-7. Here's Hill. Sideline. Incomplete. Diar's the intended receiver. Hill drops back. Dancing. Hill. And he's dragged down and sacked. Look at these Sooners this time. It's Devontae Lampkin.
This is just straight bull rush. I mean, amazing bull rush right up the middle of the field. Watch Lampkin take the center, number 51, Austin Schlottman, right into the lap of Hill. Then he comes off the block and brings Hill to the ground. That's great effort right there. Lampkin does it alone, getting the sack.
At running back, Hill. Over the middle. Incomplete. Broken up, though. Looks like it's Norwood again. Trey Norwood, the freshman from Fort Smith, Arkansas, knocks that one down.
And Diar's had to turn into the defensive back 9. Diar's is going to go out to the corner. Hill throws it a little bit late. Norwood does a great job breaking under the route, gets his hands on the football, and Diar's had to pull that right arm down, or that would have been an interception. How about Trey Norwood?
Mayfield gives it to Anderson. Anderson, first down, Anderson. And he finally is chopped out close to the TCU 20 by Jeff Gladney. A 30-yard gain. Anderson again. Anderson with room. Touchdown Sooners. 24 yards. Rodney Anderson. His second touchdown of the first half.
Well, you're going to get a great block right here. This is Brown, but then as Anderson comes through the line of scrimmage, he's going to be one-on-one with Nico Small, the safety. And at that point, he breaks the tackle here, and at that point, he cuts back on the...
Empty backfield for Mayfield. Baker throwing up top for Anderson. Oh, he got his shoulders around and made a sensational catch. Rodney Anderson.
Here's that last catch. Look how he has to adjust and go back to his left shoulder and still get it done. He's in man coverage with Ridwan Isakasu.
Baker Mayfield looking all day to throw. Look at this offensive line play. Mayfield, bang! Andrews down inside the 19. All those big boys up front, Joel Klatt. They need steak dinners with that kind of blocking. Mayfield scrambling, drops it off. Anderson breaks a tackle, 2 tackles. Rodney Anderson again. His 3rd touchdown. 2 rushing, now 1 receiving. Smash mouth OU football. 30-14.
Well, he's going to take on the first tackler, Ridwan Isakasu, and just runs him over, and then no wrap-up from Ross Blacklock, the redshirt freshman. Anderson runs right through it and gets himself into the end zone. Have a night, Rodney Anderson. My goodness.
First down and 10 to the 25. And they give it to Hicks, and Hicks is just driven backwards by Devontae Lampkin.
So I would create more pressure and create more resources around the line of scrimmage if I was Oklahoma, ready for this zone read.
He's completed 5 of 7 passes. They give it to Turpin on the end around, and he's brought down quickly. Obo Okoronkwo
Well, when Obo gets loose up from the top and you don't put a helmet on him, he's going to make the play. And he does a great job initially of slipping by that block. That was Cole Hunt, number 81, that tried to get him. And he just kind of slapped him by, got into the backfield, and got Turpin to the ground.
Trey Sermon in the backfield. Here's Mayfield looking. Thought about it, lets it fly. Hollywood Brown! Woo! 51 yards.
It's all about time in the pocket, though. He had time to double clutch and then get Hollywood open, and he got to take him across the field and not go just down the field.
Second down and 11. Mayfield lines up over the middle. Anderson. Touchdown Sooners. What a game for this kid. His 4th touchdown of the first half. 2 receiving, 2 rushing. And Oklahoma, with 7 seconds to go, hits pay dirt.
Just looking to see if he kept himself above the ground as he was going in to cross the goal line. And it does look, yeah, just a hand, and he's able to get in the end zone. What a half for Rodney Anderson, and just an unbelievable play design from Lincoln Riley. Getting the one-on-one matchup, exploiting it over the middle of the field, and then Mayfield delivers with an accurate ball to the hottest player on the planet, Rodney Anderson.
2nd and 5 at the 24. Mayfield looking. Mayfield all day steps up, wants to run it, looking for the first down, has it and more. Mayfield, a hard stiff arm, get off me, young man, and out of bounds.
This guy, I tell you what, he plays with that swagger, and every once in a while you get some of that out there. Finding a lane, and then he gets loose. Looks like his leg's okay. And then at the end, it's just all flavor.
Hicks. And Hicks, knocked backwards, hops back to the line of scrimmage. Not much. Mayfield. Underneath, CeeDee Lamb, first down. Mayfield. He'll run it. Can he get 10? Yes, he can. He's still on the move. The Magic Man does it again. Lost it, but he gains 26 yards. On 3rd down and 10, Nick Orr finally brings him down.
And Ty Summers kind of clears out. Watch the linebacker. He's going to head all the way out of the middle of the field, and exactly the time that he does, Mayfield takes off. Nobody there in the middle of the field, and he's able to use his feet and get a first down. But this is one thing he's going to have to learn.
2nd and 9 at the 26. Turpin crosses, lines up in the slot up top. Hill over the middle. And incomplete. Well defended. Trey Brown came out of nowhere and knocked it out of Jalen Austin's hands. Olanolua in motion. Hicks remains. Kenny Hill in trouble. And Kenny Hill lost it. Sacked. Kenneth Mann in the backfield.
Stop. 3rd down.
Well, man, with just the power rush on the outside. This is just one-on-one. I want it more, and he's going to come right up the field and get into the lap of Kenny Hill. He's working against that left tackle, Joseph Noteboom, and he's able to get to Hill and get the sack.
And it looks like the Horned Frogs will go for it on 4th down and 12 at the 35.
Well, it's getting down to it. 1:43 left in the 3rd quarter. 38-14 is probably the right decision here.
Hill backing up. Sideline. Knocked down, incomplete. Will Johnson says, not on my side. And TCU turns it over on downs. 1:33 to play in the 3rd. The Oklahoma defense making plays. Mayfield. In the middle. Anderson with a catch. And a first down. Watch out! Whoa! Rodney Anderson finally tripped up by Ty Summers, but he almost broke that one as well.
Well, you're going to get the matchup again. It's on the linebacker. Anderson goes out there. He beats Howard a little outside in. That route is called a Texas route. You fake into the flat, come back into the middle of the field. Anderson's running some great routes, and he is absolutely playing a game tonight, allowing these guys on the outside to work.
And Hicks stood up and driven backwards. Easy job for Okoronkwo, who's done a nice job today. Hill looking in trouble. Hill lets it go and incomplete. Taj Williams, the intended receiver. Hill under pressure. 2nd and 10. And a handoff to Hicks, and Hicks just can't get even close to the line of scrimmage. That defense coming up big. Devontae Lampkin, we've been calling his name all night.
Yeah, and Lampkin does a great job. Here's Lampkin, and he's going to fight through the blocks. He's done great at this nose guard job. Watch him fight through the blocks. He gets off. He presses him off with that left arm, and then he makes the tackle in the backfield. He has been strong. He's been fierce, and then he's made tackles when he's needed to. And he is on a fast track to a trip to New York and possibly taking down that hardware.
First down to 10 to the 15. And it's Anderson running, and he gets outside, picks up a first down, hits the sideline, cuts it back in, and goes down. At the 40, Nico Small with the tackle, a 26-yard gain.
In the back half of this season.
3rd down and 8. They run it with Anderson, and Anderson picks up another first down. Stays in bounds, wrestled down by Traven Howard after a 19-yard gain.
You know, this is just one of those things where a linebacker gets a little bit outside of his gap, and when that happens, Anderson makes him pay. Watch Ty Summers. He's not blocked, but he gets outside of his gap, and then he can't replace it. He can't get back there. Anderson exploits it, makes him pay, and moves the chains. I mean, my goodness, the explosiveness with which they play, it's uncommon.
Seibert sends it away, and this one takes a big bounce and is down to the 1-inch line. How about that?
Been sensational, folks. First player with 130 plus for both in Big 12 history. So a historic performance for Rodney Anderson tonight in what was the biggest game of the season so far for Oklahoma. A game in November, the championship month, when they needed it the most. He was at his best.
Mayfield takes the knee. And here's my question for you, JK. Did Baker Mayfield win the Heisman Trophy tonight?
Well, he certainly didn't do anything to hurt that cause. He came in with a pretty wide lead. Bryce Love was great last night. I understand, and with all due respect to David Shaw, who was pleading from a soapbox for his player last night after the game. Number 6 right now is the best player in America. He leads the best offense in America. And he, by a wide margin, is your Heisman frontrunner.
The Magic Man, Baker Mayfield, 18 of 27, 333 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He carried the ball 11 times for 50 yards. No picks. And the standings in the Big 12 now. OU 6-1 in the conference. Their only loss coming to Iowa State. TCU 5-2. Oklahoma State had to survive in Ames. 5-2. And West Virginia, don't sleep on the Mountaineers.
Yeah, but TCU owns that tie break, so TCU still controls their own destiny to get to Dallas and rematch potentially with these Oklahoma Sooners. But tonight was more about the playoff than it was about that Big 12 championship, because now TCU is behind the 8 ball, but Oklahoma, they are staring a playoff berth in the eye. All they got to do is take care of business.
All right, let's go downstairs where Jenny Taff is standing by with Coach Riley.
Gus, thanks so much. Well, Coach, Baker Mayfield continued to dominate tonight, but you've got guys like Rodney Anderson, Marquise Brown last week. The offense as a whole is clicking. How impressive was it tonight?
You know, they played well, you know, especially the first half. We got on a good run against one of the best defenses in the country. proud of how we played there, but the story tonight's how well our defense played. You know, they allowed us to play conservative in the second half. We've been hearing all about that. Our guys answered the call against a good offense tonight in a big-time game.
That's what Obo had said to me earlier this week. We need a complete performance from our defense. Is that what you saw?
Yep, we got it tonight. They were awesome. Had some young guys step in there and play well. Had great fight. Really, really proud of our defense. They certainly led us to the victory tonight.
Championship November. You're controlling your own destiny. What's next for this team?
We just got to keep battling. We're getting better, like we tend to do this time of year. And so, you know, there's still a lot of things that we got to do better. We'll look forward to getting back at that. Kansas next week, and then back here for West Virginia.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. 38-20, the final score. OU defeats TCU as they knock off 6th-ranked TCU here in Norman. Gus Johnson along with Joel Klatt, just a complete performance on all three sides of the football for OU.
I love what Lincoln Riley told us right there before we went to commercial. He was most thrilled with his defense. You know, there's clearly some offensive performances that we're going to talk about, but the defense really was a great story for OU because that was the big question mark really for the College Football Playoff Committee. They were wondering if this team was going to play consistent defense, and they did that tonight.
Well, there were some good offensive performances
Let's
as well.
get to that, right?
A couple of guys in particular, Mr. Mayfield and Mr. Anderson.
And I love it. You come up with these.
That is the sound of inevitability.
It feels like that offensively for them. Mayfield was terrific, always efficient, 330-plus yards. This is the type of guy that is, he's kind of like a conductor, you know, and we talked about that with J.T. Barrett earlier in the season, but this guy, he distributes the ball, he executes the game plan, and tonight that game plan was getting the ball to Rodney Anderson. He did that beautifully. When he needed to make a big play down the field, he was able to do that, accurately throwing, beating the defense right there in a one-on-one matchup to Anderson over the middle over Traven Howard. And then the game plan, though, wasn't really about Mayfield. It was about Rodney Anderson. It was about him running the football. It was about getting him in matchups in space in the passing game, and he delivered. I tell you what, for a guy that wasn't really the featured back coming into the season or even in the first month of the season, he has burst onto the stage and just been terrific in the month of October and now going into November.
Anderson, 23 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 catches, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Against the #1 rush defense in the country, folks, right? Those are not just random 150 yards on the ground. I mean, he did that against TCU, leading the nation coming into tonight.
So Anderson with a great game, Baker Mayfield with a great game as well. And moments ago, our Jenny Taft had a chance to catch up with the Magic Man.
Bigger all season long, the theme around this team, you want the Big 12 championship, you want to get to the playoff. Well, 2 of the 4 teams in that current playoff standings, they went down tonight. What statement was tonight's performance?
It wasn't about anybody else in the country. It was just about us. You know, we had a great challenge in front of us. TCU's a great program. They have a great team. And we just came out and we asserted ourselves tonight. We played well and rose up to the challenge. And so it was all about us. And that's what we keep saying. We control our own destiny and other things will fall into place. We just got to worry about ourselves.
What can you say about the performance from Rodney Anderson tonight? Over 100 yards rushing, over 100 yards receiving, only the 3rd player in school history to do that. Spot back injury.
Yeah.
What'd you make of his night?
Rodney's an incredible player. I mean, he's finally getting his time to shine, and he's getting better each game. And so I'm very proud of him. He's a guy that works really hard, and it's just his results are starting to show, and he's just going to get better and better as the years go on.
I got to ask you, you're calm, you're confident in this setting, but on the field, the swagger, what you bring to this, do you expect to be in this position?
I do. You know, I think the standards and the tradition around here, it's expected to be right here and where we're at right now. So I think it just comes with the territory. I'm enjoying the moment. You know, like I said, we control our own destiny. We're having fun with that right now.
And the fans showed up.
They did. Kudos to them. I mean, they made the difference tonight. And defense showed up as well. We played great. It was a good win.
Best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Jen. So your final thoughts on this win by the Oklahoma Sooners?
I guess when the 6th-ranked defense comes in and you put up those types of yards, and hey, this is what we expect to do at Oklahoma. I mean, my goodness, right? That was pretty calm for a guy. He clearly is comfortable in his own skin. He's comfortable being the Heisman front runner. And this team is dangerous. I mean, very dangerous. And watch out. Because this team, like I said earlier in the broadcast, they are staring the playoffs directly in the eye, and that seems to make them better. as the season has gone on, they've clearly upped their game on offense, and clearly tonight did that on the defensive side as well.
So up next, Kansas on the road, and they'll wrap up the regular season against West Virginia here in Norman. 38-20 the final score. Oklahoma defeats TCU next Saturday. We've got another great game lined up for you. We will be at Camp Randall Stadium to bring you the Wisconsin Badgers taking on the Michigan Wolverines. That wraps it up from here in Oklahoma. For Joel Klatt and Jenny Taft, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long.